Today has been one of those days. The other day, I actually did a video saying when things go wrong or life doesn't go according to your blueprint, don't label yourself, label the day. This has nothing to do with me, though, actually. Let me just change this angle. Everyone watching live and recorded. That is terrible. Let's try and get some better lighting on here. Someone told me some news. Someone told me some news today, and it broke my heart, to be honest with you. Hey, James, everyone that's watching, streaming across multiple platforms. I've actually not been live for the last few days. I've been going inward in a very big way. I came out the gates raring for 2026. And then something happened, and I just was like, I need to switch off right now. I need to switch off, and I need to not be pushing myself out into the world right now. And that's where I've been. You would have seen, for those that like my post. Hey, baby, you okay?
Wait forward, 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
She's so smart. She's so smart. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Nat's just gone to the shop, and my daughter is 2, and she just said to Nat, 5 minutes. And she went like this. She makes us laugh every day, at least every day when she's with us. So I've done what I need to do, and that's not why I'm going live. I'm following you on YouTube. Appreciate you, James. I saw you commented on one of my videos, I think yesterday or the other day. So let me tell you what happened today. I appreciate that this is not going to be best suited for 1 or 2 platforms, but I'm pretty shaken up by what happened today. And I think it's the reason why I'm shaken up is because I care so deeply about this matter and why this unfortunate situation happened. I'll come to it in a bit. Clearly, you can tell I'm still a bit rocked by this, but I care deeply, 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 deeply about not just people getting out of suffering, but about people finding meaning in their life. And for those that don't know, or maybe you've just found me because I'm getting about 100 new followers on Instagram a day. I live in Phuket, Thailand. And when I moved here, I opened a cafe, coffee shop / light restaurant, protein shakes, everything. And one of my staff was a young man. I'm not going to share his name, even though it's everywhere in the newspaper today. I don't want to share too much about him as an individual, so that I don't want to be disrespectful to his mother by sharing details about him. I'm going to try and I'm going to do my best to not cross that line. But when he came to work for me, he was 19 going on 20. He's 22. And I mean, Buddhist, smiley, from a Thai mother, Western father, speaks amazing English, tall, beautiful, good-looking man, boy. Just had so much going for him. And someone approached me in a restaurant today. I'm quite well known here where I live. It's a famous area in Phuket, Thailand called Fitness Street. And most people that live here know me. And someone approached me today and said, did you hear about so-and-so? And I was like, no, immediately in shock. Like, he came to work for me. I trained him. I mentored him. I taught him about, the importance of being on time at work. I acknowledged him for his respect. And in Thailand, there's a thing called why. And he would always like, Sawadee Cup, Mr. JB, Sawadee Cup. Like, you just had the most, I feel very emotional because I'm so sad. just the nicest kid, like the nicest kid. Anyone that met him was be like, wow, what, like his parents did a great job. But unfortunately, bad things happen to good people. And I just found out that yesterday / the day before, he was arrested fleeing Phuket for smuggling drugs. And when I say smuggling drugs, I'm talking 120,000 pills, drugs. I'm not sure exactly which pill, but 120,000 illegal drug pills and 6 kilogram bricks of ice or meth. His life is over. His life is over. A year ago, now my cafe, I closed my cafe down 2 years ago because I realized that, yeah, I'd love to talk about that, PJ. To be honest with you, I don't even, I think he just, let's talk about it in a second. How could something like this happen? But a year ago, no. 6 months ago, my daughter had her second birthday. If anyone remembers those posts, it was like the most beautiful party. And he was working there in the cafe. And I was like, hey, I'm not going to say his name. I hope it doesn't slip out. But like I said, it's everywhere in the news. It's everywhere. Biggest drug bust in several years in this area. And I saw him and I was like, man, good for you. Working in a kid's playground, like, one of these places with like slides and everything. Just a humble servant, smiling at everyone. Yabba, there you go. That's probably it. That's probably there. That's probably the pills. And a boy with a father from Australia, a mother from Thailand, went to a good school, speaks great, phenomenal English, has respect for anyone that's older than him. I mean, he showed me so much respect, always smiled. Even if he was late for work, he would always smile and he would say, sorry, boss, sorry, boss, sorry, boss. The nicest kid just got caught by police fleeing Phuket with his partner, with his girlfriend, and got busted for 120,000 pills, probably yaba, and 6 kilogram keys of ice or meth. His life is over. His life is over. If he doesn't, Thailand is Thailand. You can't guarantee the sentence, but I mean, we're talking, maybe someone else knows better than me, but I'm thinking, you're talking 30, 40 years in prison, 22-year-old kid that I employed, I mentored. Then he said, like, no, I want to work harder. I want to work in a bigger restaurant. He got a job in a bigger restaurant. And then a new shopping center opened and he got a job there. Why are you hyping this up? Oh, no offense. Let me tell you why I'm hyping this up. I'm not hyping it up. That's not the right word, but I appreciate you saying no offense why you're asking me a question. Because bad things happen to even the nicest of people. And here's why. 3 things that influence your decisions in your life: your mindset, your habits, and your environment. And unfortunately, word is that he got around the wrong people. When you get around the wrong people, you do the wrong shit. When you get around bad people, you do bad shit. I also believe, I don't want to go into this matter too much of why, because I'm just making assumptions, but he was such a good kid that I'm sure he was used. But unfortunately for him, the bust is even worse because before they caught him, they caught a 16-year-old picking up the drugs to bring to him, and he got ratted out. A 16-year-old. So that makes it even way worse, employing a 16-year-old. But when you have the wrong mindset, when you have bad habits that are influencing your mindset, and when you have a bad environment, an unhealthy environment, or bad people around you, even the nicest people can destroy their entire life. And if anyone is watching that you are thinking, why is my life the way it is? I've had people watch my live streams in prison. I've had people watch my live streams that are thinking about taking their own life. I've had all kinds of people. And I don't want to do this live stream. But I said to Nat, my partner, like, I'm just not feeling good. Like, I can't get this out of my mind. And you know what Nat said? She said, go live. And I'm glad I did. It only takes one wrong decision. Absolutely, PJ. I'm so gutted for this kid. Sunshine, your mindset, your habits, unhealthy environment. If you're thinking, why is life unfair? Why is this happening to me? I would say, look at those three things. What are your thoughts like? What are your habits like? And what is your environment like and the people in your environment like? When I moved to Phuket, Thailand, I started spending time with a lot of awesome people. But I knew that the habits that they had were influencing my mindset, and therefore I had to change my environment. It's the same three things that influence who you are and who you become, and ultimately the decisions that you make: your thoughts, your habits, your environment. And people know, if you live in Thailand, or people that have been to Thailand, you know, you've got to be smart when you come here, because Thailand can swallow you up. And if you get around the wrong people with the wrong activities, man, you can end up like this. And look, I know a lot about Thailand. I've been coming here for almost 2 decades. I've lived here for over 4 years, or almost 4 years. The reality is, he might not even stay alive, because there's no way that I believe that you can go from working in a shopping center to being a leader in narcotics or drugs in 6 months. There was someone way bigger than him. And unfortunately, there's a lot of mafia in Thailand. And if he talks, I mean, this is my partner's words, he might get killed. He might get killed. Now, why am I talking about this? Once again, you never see me. I would like to see you find one video in the history of me making content, 15, 20 years. I don't know how long it's been. I'd like to see me do one video like gossiping stuff. I just don't do that shit. I just feel for this kid so much. And I wanted to just put a message out there to whoever reaches it, that whether you're a CEO in business, whether you're a student, whether you're suffering in life, regardless of your circumstances, your geography, or where you are living in the world, or thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate the gift. Thank you so much. South Africa, it doesn't matter who the fuck you are. Be careful. Be careful. Because the people that told me were as shocked as I was. And then I found out other people knew, and everyone is so shocked. Why? Because this was the nicest person, the nicest kid. He should have had such a bright future. But because of mindset, habits, and environment, his life is over. His life is over. Unless a miracle happens, his life is over. He's going to prison for most of his life, or he's going to get unalived. But another thing, to youth in general, what makes us make bad decisions is not knowing who we are and not knowing what we stand for. My partner is South African. I know you have the biggest heart. Thank you so much. Yeah, unless his family can buy him out. So this is actually something that obviously I don't want to get in trouble talking about that, but apparently through my own sources, It's so big, it's one of these buses where they take the photo and all the police are standing behind all of the stuff that was the drugs, I guess. I'm trying not to get banned, where there's like this massive table with all the stuff on. Like, it's so big that apparently it's not even possible to bail him out. I mean, it's going to be millions. Anyway, but what makes people do bad decisions is not knowing what they stand for, not knowing what your values are. When you don't know what you want to stand for in your life, when you don't know what the path looks like for you, what alignment looks like for you, oh, that looks like a good decision, but no, that goes against my values. Or, well, that looks like a very good opportunity, but that's not an opportunity for me. When you don't know what your values are, it's very easy to make wrong decisions. When you don't have a vision for your life, for example, I want to be the most inspirational athlete. I want to be the greatest speaker in the world. I want to be the top performing salesperson. I want to be the greatest role model to my father, to my mother, to my uncle, to my kids. When you don't have that vision, you die spiritually. You become weak spiritually. And when you are weak spiritually, not religiously, when you are weak spiritually, the devil creeps in. Because when you are weak spiritually, you are not guided by source, the universe, God, by something greater than you. You are guided by greed. You are guided by lack. You are guided by fear. I wish he had a vision. What makes people make bad decisions in their life, whether it's to cheat on their partner or sell drugs or distribute drugs or commit a crime, is not having a meaningful mission in your life. Deciding to commit your life to something that has meaning to you, not do something for money. When you do something for money, you're already suffering. And then you're unhappy. You've chosen to do something in your life for money, but because money doesn't make you happy, it helps. But if the sole purpose of your mission or your career or your job is money, you will find your happiness and fulfillment and inner peace fleeting, because money cannot sustain happiness and peace and joy. It has to be used all the time, or it has to be coming in all the time. So what do? You try and find more and more and more and more, till maybe someone offers you, maybe you're a 22-year-old kid, and someone says, hey, man, we got a great opportunity for you, man. We see you working in a cafe. How about you earn $1 million? All you have to do is go do this. Well, if you're not on your mission and you're not driven by a compelling, inspirational vision, and you don't know what you stand for, you don't know that if you're a man or a woman of values and morals, you're just kind of hoping for the best, going through life, suffering and trying to find your happiness by attachment and attainment, then it's easy to make the wrong decisions. And also, very importantly, it's easy to make the wrong decisions when you don't have a strong why. I could do drugs, but I don't do it because my why. I don't commit crime because of my why. My family. How could I dishonor my family like that? To be honest with you, I don't have any bad vices anymore in my life. I mean, I was a party boy for many years. I don't have a single bad vice anymore. Not because I'm trying to prove myself to myself or anyone. It's just my why is to be the best version of me for my family. And I don't want to go against my purpose. My purpose is to be the best role model for my family. Valkyrie, I do love a vape. That's okay. It could be worse, man. It could be worse. Look, I'm not justifying smoking or vaping or whatever. I've never told anyone in 20 years of coaching and mentoring, I've never told anyone to stop smoking. I just help people realize that when you tap into your highest consciousness, highest self, highest vibration, when you love yourself at a new level that you've never experienced before, you literally don't want to do anything that harms you. You don't even want to go to bed dirty. You're like, why would I do that to myself? But also, your lungs are designed to clear themselves out every day. So once again, I'm not justifying vaping. There's lots of chemicals in vaping. I've vaped. I'm not justifying shisha. I love shisha. I'm not justifying smoking if you smoke. But the lungs are designed to cleanse themselves. Whilst you're sitting here watching this video, your lungs are cleaning themselves. So if you're going to smoke, you do these things, just try not to do it all the fucking time. It's like, don't live your life on a dependent on anything. If you live your life dependent on anything, you're already suffering. What do you think of His Royal Highness Prince Andrew, KG? I don't know what you mean by that, Thomas. Sorry, man. Anyway, so I'm going to go join my family. But yeah, very, very, very sad. It's going to rock me for a while. I was so proud to have mentored this kid. And I was so impressed by this kid. And to know that if he doesn't get killed unalived, he's probably going to spend most of his life in prison. It's shattering. It's heart shattering for me, because I've studied what I do, mentoring, coaching, leading, inspiring, impacting as best I can. I don't know it all, and I'm definitely not everyone's cup of tea, but I've done what I've done for 20 years because my father took his own life. Why? Because he made the wrong decisions. And whether you end up in prison or you end up without life, it's because of the wrong decisions. And I've studied for 2 decades what makes us make the wrong decisions. And I've shared 2 of the ways in which you go down the wrong road. 1, you've allowed yourself to be influenced in mind, habits, and environment, and people in your environment. And 2, you don't have values, and you don't live by values and morals. And you don't hold yourself accountable to your values and morals. You don't have a vision. You don't have a vision that inspires you to stay in alignment and do the right things. You don't have a mission that inspires you, that gives you fulfillment every day, where if people offer you things just for money, you're like, no, man, I don't need to do that shit. Like, I'm happy. I'll make my money doing what I love, because there is no greater wealth than the freedom to be yourself. And an expression of you being yourself is doing what you love in the world and doing what you're passionate about. Nelson Mandela said, there is no passion to be found in living a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. That's the greatest wealth, is live the life that you believe you can live, and choose a mission. Change the mission as many times as you want, but be in something meaningful in your life. Let it be music, let it be banking, let it be insurance, let it be accounting, let it be whatever. Social media, influencing, fuck what anybody else thinks. Right? If you live your life with someone else, you'll probably end up the way he did. And then have a purpose, have a reason. Is it your daughter, your son? Is it making your mother, father proud, whether they're here or past? If it's proving yourself right, or if it's proving others wrong, just have a strong why to not do stupid shit. Because one decision, as someone put on this live stream, one decision can change your entire life. James, SWYD, good to see you, brother. I'm just going to come to the comments before I turn off. I can't find anything online regarding this. Maybe you have to be in Thailand, but type in Thai Australian drug bust Phuket. Trust me, you'll find it. I'm okay, my love. Do you want to say hello? You're on like 5 different channels now. Hello. Yes, please, my love. I'll be finished soon anyway. This is Nat. I was in my own suffering, and Nat was like, go live. I'm so glad you did. I feel so good for it. Love you. Yes, please, baby. Tea.
I look funny.
Nat had to get her. Nat has eyebrow extensions. She had to get them taken off. Now she looked like this. I'm sorry. Anyway, well, in 6 days, I have to take a flight to South Africa, 14 hours without vape. I'm just going to check the comments, and then I'm going to switch off and go spend time with my family. I know it's been worse for me. I keep getting the same question. What do I think about Prince Andrew? No idea what that is. I don't watch the news, so I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry. And I don't really, even if things come up in conversation, if it doesn't concern me or it's not in my lane, so to speak, it's not that I'm selfish. I'm focused on compassion, self-compassion, suicide prevention, helping people thrive. If it's not in alignment with that, I usually just don't pay attention. Health is wealth, but unfortunately we don't realize this until we're older. Absolutely, many people. Sad day for this kid, man. Anyway, so what happened was, while I'm checking the comments, so police operation intercepted the 16-year-old kid, caught him. The 16-year-old kid went straight away and said who he was working for and who he was bringing the parcel to, and it was this kid that I know that worked for me. And they went to this kid's house 5 minutes from here. If anyone knows Fitness Street, literally same area as Fitness Street, went to his house, they found the 16-year-old kid with 60,000 pills, which is probably yabba. Then they went to the older kid's house that sent the 16-year-old kid. I just can't even believe that I'm saying this. 6 months ago, he was serving cake at my daughter's birthday at like a kid's magical playground. And I was just like, man, good for you. Just like no ego. And he was happy just to be earning money and smiling and serving food. Anyway, so the 16-year-old kid got 60,000 pills. 60,000. Then this kid got ratted out. The older kid went to his house 5 minutes from my house, and they found another 60,000. And I don't know where exactly, but in total, 6 kilogram bricks of ice meth. And then they went on a manhunt for him. And just as he was getting off the island, Phuket is a big island, and there's only one bridge to get off the island. And the last petrol station, the last service station, the last gas station, they got him. So sad. Poor lad. Oh, they don't think there is a better life. I mean, this guy had a good life. He was young, spoke English, so good looking, charming, tall, half Western, half Thai. But Buddhism or Buddha teaches that the 3 greatest causes of human suffering is, I'll say it in reverse, ignorance and delusion, anger and greed. Greed, wanting more. And maybe it was greed. Maybe the ultimate, the first way in which humans suffer, the greatest point where we find human suffering, maybe that's what got him. But I don't know, man. Ryan, what's up? I think he was, what's the word? Coerced? I don't know how to say that word. That's way too fucking complicated for me. Not complicated. Intelligent. I think someone just convinced him and we're like, hey, you're a sweet boy and don't worry, no one's ever going to come to your house. Look at you. You're a sweet little boy working in a cafe. Now he's fucked. Life over. Wendy, don't you feel embarrassed in pictures?
No.
Look at me. Look at my partner. Oh my God. Do you think I feel embarrassed in pictures? There's always one. Baby, thank you so much for the tea. I'm drinking Red Bush tea, my favorite tea, all the way from South Africa. Very high antioxidants, no sugar. No sugar. I mean, I don't use sugar in tea or coffee. No caffeine. Do you think he was pressured into it? Absolutely. Absolutely. Maybe I'm wrong. Yes, Sharon, tell Wendy. That's bloody rude. It's like you go online, right? One of my clients got like her first hater, and in my community that I mentor every Saturday, one of my community members said, "Yes, you made it." Because there's always someone that wants to say something rude, but it has everything to do with about what's going on inside them. Because hurt people, and happy people never hurt people, ever. I mean, it's common sense. You don't need to be a rocket science to understand the logic that a happy person doesn't go and project pain or put pain on another individual. And that's just the world that we live in. But anyway, to come back to the subject, yes, I think he was pressured into it, but I don't know, man. I don't know. To be honest, when he worked for me, he was he was a good kid. He was a good kid, but I think he was trying to make it quickly, and he wasn't willing to put in the hard work. Paul, I love you, brother. I love you so much. Love to you and Kimmy. Paul, you won't believe this, bro. I'm not gonna say his name, but do you remember the boy, the tall young boy, good-looking boy that worked in my cafe? You're gonna be so shocked, bro. You're gonna be so shocked. I'm just reading the comments. You must have met him. Yeah, bro. Sweetest boy, right? Sweetest boy. Buddhist, sawadee always smiling, everything. He got busted in a fucking, what's it called? A police mission. 120,000 pills. I'm assuming Yaba, someone else in the stream contributed towards that. 120,000 pills and 6 kilograms of meth. He's going to prison for a very, very, very long time. And just 6 months ago, he was working at a kid's playground, like with all the balloons and the slides and everything like that. And he was like just working in a cafe in a brand new shopping center. And I was so happy for him. Anyway, I can't believe it, man. And I was just sharing a video saying that what makes us make bad decisions in life is our thoughts, our habits, and our environment and the people in our environment. But also what leads you down the wrong path in life is when you don't have values and morals that you stand for. You don't have a vision that inspires you. You don't have a mission. Maybe it was for self-use. Are you joking? 120,000. I doubt that very much, especially since he sent a 16-year-old kid to make the collection. And then the 16-year-old kid got busted, and then it came back to him and they raided his house. Anyway, guys, yeah, anyway, very random video. I know it was a joke from you, Dick. Very random video from me, but I hope it hits someone. The world is full of suffering. The world is full of trauma. And a lot of people have made big mistakes. And sometimes it's because of one thing. Now, unfortunately for this kid, I don't really see a return out of this. It's survival. Either not get killed by the mafia or survive probably decades in prison. And I don't want to imagine as a good-looking, thin, skinny, or lean, good-looking young boy what's going to happen to him in prison. But for anyone that's willing to, because I know not everyone's like that on social media, but just send this kid some love, send him some strength, and yeah, once again, if you not end up in prison or dead or having unalived yourself, tomorrow's another day. Find better thoughts, find a way to think better, find a way to do better through your habits. Definitely change your environment if your environment isn't taking you down the right path, and be super, super conscious around who you're around, because bad things happen to good people, and usually bad things happen around bad people. You put a good person around bad people and they become a bad person, even the best of people. Have a vision that if you're scared of going down the wrong path in life, whether because of mental health or because being offered opportunities that could put you in prison, etc., or could kill you, Make sure that you have a vision for your life, a vision that inspires you, a vision that is healthy, a vision that is in alignment with your intuition, and what your intuition, your inner teacher, God, the universe, or source, whatever you want to call that, is guiding you to follow. And choose a mission. Don't do work for money. Yes, make money. I need money. I need a lot of it right now. But don't do anything just for money. You've got to find that intersection between what you love and what you are passionate about and what you're good at, and what the world needs and what you can get paid for, otherwise known as your ikigai. If you do something just for the money, you're already fucking failing. And if it's just for the money, you can make the wrong decisions. If a lot of money is offered to you, and if a lot of money is offered to you because of, I even know good people that have gone into like fraud, fraud situations, like these crypto things that, a few years ago, good people, man, like really genuinely good people. But because they were motivated, number one, by money, they ended up scamming people, or they ended up being scammed. And I know one brother older than me, a good guy, celebrated and loved by so many people. He just became a shell of the man that he used to be, because he made a bad decision, because he had a good fucking career. He had a good career. And then the devil came and said, here's a way to make money. And he listened to the devil, and the devil won. So yeah, just be careful out there. Follow your values, follow your vision, live in your mission, and be driven and inspired by your purpose. Stop living in lack and scarcity, and stop living in fear-driven success. Fear-driven success. I need, I want, I must, to love-driven performance, love-driven fulfillment. What do I love? What am I really fucking good at? What am I passionate about? What does the world need? And how the fuck can I go and give it to the world? That'll stop you from making bad decisions for yourself, for your family, for your kids, for all the people that matter, for anyone that is in your world. Anyway, I'm going to go hang out with my family, my number one value. Peace and love. Speak soon.